Now pay good attention to this and take note as I reveal the blueprint of money, why the rich keep getting richer while everyone else stays trapped. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract money while others spend their entire lives chasing it? Why one person works 80 hours a week and remains financially fragile, while another appears to multiply wealth without breaking a sweat? Most people believe money is about hard work. That is the first deception, because if hard work alone created wealth, construction workers would be billionaires. If effort alone created riches, the most exhausted people on earth would be the wealthiest. But they are not, and that should make you uncomfortable. Because the moment reality contradicts what society taught you, you must ask a dangerous question. What else have they lied about? Welcome to the silent battlefield. Today we expose the blueprint of money, not the fantasy sold in motivational speeches, not the recycled cliches repeated by financial influencers, not the fairy tale that tells you to simply work harder. We are going deeper. We are entering the hidden architecture of wealth, the system beneath the system, the battlefield most people never realize they are fighting on. And if you stay until the end, you may never look at money the same way again. But before we begin, I want you to do something. Comment below. What is the biggest lie you were told about money? I want to see how many people are waking up, because once you see the battlefield, you can never unsee it. The first deception is simple. Most people think money is the goal. The wealthy know money is only a tool. This distinction changes everything. The average person spends their life pursuing money. The wealthy spend their lives building systems that attract money. One hunts, the other builds traps, and the trap always wins. Think about it. Every morning, millions wake up and trade time for money. Hour after hour, day after day, year after year. They are selling the only asset they can never replace: time. But time is finite. There are only 24 hours in a day. No matter how hard you work, there is a ceiling, a limit, a wall, and eventually every worker collides with it. The wealthy understood something different. They understood that if money requires their constant presence, they are not free. So instead of building jobs, they built mechanisms, businesses, assets, investments, networks, machines that continue producing value whether they are awake or asleep. This is where the blueprint begins. Money grows where value compounds, not where effort accumulates. That is why a person who learns one high-income skill can outperform 10 people doing repetitive labor. The market does not reward effort. It rewards perceived value. This is another deception society rarely discusses. You are not paid according to how hard you work. You are paid according to how difficult you are to replace. Read that again. The market doesn't care how tired you are. The market doesn't care how many sacrifices you made. The market rewards scarcity, which means the fastest path to growth is not working more hours. It is becoming more valuable. But here's where the battlefield becomes dangerous. Because human nature rebels against this truth. People want comfort. They want certainty. They want familiar routines. The problem is that comfort creates competition, and competition destroys leverage. Think of the thousands doing the exact same thing, the exact same skills, the exact same routines, the exact same thinking. When everyone moves in one direction, value decreases, scarcity disappears, and so does opportunity. This is why extraordinary wealth often emerges from places where others are afraid to look. The crowd creates traffic. The individual creates leverage. Now here comes a question that may challenge everything you believe. If money follows value, why do some people who create little value become rich? The answer is deception. Human deception. Because money is not only transferred through productivity, money is transferred through perception. This is where Machiavelli enters the battlefield. Machiavelli understood something timeless. People rarely respond to reality. They respond to appearances. And appearances influence decisions. Think about luxury brands. A watch that costs thousands often performs the same function as one costing 50. Yet people willingly pay. Why? Because perception carries value. The wealthy understand that markets are psychological. People buy stories. People buy status. People buy emotions. People buy identities. And the person who understands psychology understands money. This does not mean lying. It means understanding human nature. The entrepreneur who understands trust earns more. The leader who understands influence earns more. The communicator who understands persuasion earns more. Because money flows toward those who can shape decisions. The battlefield of wealth is not merely financial, it is psychological, and that is where most people lose. They lose before they even begin, because they carry invisible beliefs, beliefs inherited from parents, schools, society, friends, beliefs like rich people are greedy, money is evil, wealth is luck. People like us never become rich. These beliefs become mental prisons, and prisons create predictable outcomes. Think carefully. If you subconsciously believe wealth is dangerous, how hard will you truly pursue it? If you secretly believe success corrupts people, what happens when success approaches? You sabotage it without realizing it. The greatest battlefield is not outside. It is inside your mind. The first fortune is built psychologically. The second fortune is built financially. And the first always comes before the second. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how two people can face the same challenge and respond completely differently? One sees an obstacle, the other sees an opportunity. One sees a crisis, the other sees a market. One sees collapse, the other sees acquisition. This is not luck. It is perception, and perception creates destiny. During every economic downturn, some people become poorer, others become richer. The event is identical. The response is different, which means the true asset was never money. It was mindset. Comment below. Mindset creates money. If you understand that principle, because this is where the game begins to change. The blueprint of money is not a secret bank account. It is not a hidden investment. It is not a magic formula. It is a way of thinking, a way of seeing, a way of positioning yourself inside the battlefield. Most people chase opportunities. The wealthy position themselves where opportunities naturally arrive. Most people react. The wealthy anticipate. Most people consume. The wealthy acquire. Most people spend. The wealthy compound. And over decades, those small differences become enormous. A river does not become powerful overnight. It becomes powerful through continuous flow. Money works the same way. Small decisions repeated consistently become financial empires. Small mistakes repeated consistently become financial prisons. The frightening truth is that your future wealth is already visible inside your current habits. Every purchase, every decision, every distraction, every investment, every conversation, every hour. You are already building tomorrow. The question is whether you're building intentionally or accidentally. Because the battlefield does not care. It rewards discipline and punishes neglect. The next deception is perhaps the most dangerous of all. People think they need more money. Often they need more control. A person who cannot manage 1,000 pounds will struggle with 10,000. A person who cannot manage 10,000 will struggle with 100,000. Income can solve shortages, but only discipline creates wealth. And this is why lottery winners often return to where they started. Money amplified their habits. It did not transform them. Wealth does not change character. It reveals character, and character determines destiny. The wealthy understand that growing money is less about earning and more about multiplication. Every pound should have a mission. Every asset should have a purpose. Every opportunity should be evaluated. Every expense should be questioned. Because money is like an employee. If you don't assign it work, it disappears. And that is exactly what most people do. They spend money the moment they receive it. The wealthy ask a different question. How can this money bring back friends? How can this money return with reinforcements? That question alone can change an entire life. But before we continue, subscribe to The Silent Battlefield if you're ready to see the world differently. And tell me in the comments, if someone gave you £100,000 today, would you spend it, save it, or invest it? Your answer reveals more about your financial future than you think. And as we continue into part 2, we're going deeper into the hidden mechanisms of wealth creation, the psychology of power, the compounding effect that creates financial empires, and the Machiavellian principles that separate those who command money from those who endlessly chase it. Now I have put all of that in the next video coming up. Now you know what to do.